Good afternoon, Kitchissippi. It is Thursday, August the 28th. This is a video version of the 446th Kitchissippi Weekly Ward Newsletter. My usual reminder, there is lots more information about all the topics that we'll discuss in the weekly email newsletter, to which you can subscribe at kitchissippiward.ca. Things are getting busy at the office again. We're set for a pretty busy autumn and winter as we go through the budget, multiple important road safety items. There is the solid waste master plan to get through. Things will start to slow down as we approach the municipal election next autumn. Things tend to slow down in the summer, but in the meantime, it's all systems go. And I did want to take the opportunity today to just make quick note of my profound disappointment with the city's decision to require its workers to return to the office 5 days a week. I won't belabor the point here. I've put my statement in the email newsletter. It's also on my social media. But it is counter to the kind of city that we're trying to build to require people to make long commutes that many more days a week, sometimes as long as 2 hours. And, you know, I've never had any issue getting great responsiveness, good collaboration with staff, with more people working virtually. I think this is a wrong-headed decision. Multiple councillors and I are taking a look to see whether there is anything we can do to reverse this. In the newsletter this week, we have pop-up office hours resuming. Those are coming up next on September the 4th. Those will be at Morning Owl, 229 Armstrong Street on Thursday, September the 4th from 1 until 4 p.m. Pop-ups are an opportunity to come by anytime during those hours to chat with me one-on-one about whatever is on your mind without appointments. I want to make note that 250 Lanark has now wrapped up operations as a temporary shelter. You'll remember last spring I had distributed a memo from the city talking about its strategy to get people out of temporary facilities and into more suitable accommodation. That has been working all through the summer, and recently there are no one left to be sheltered at 250 Lanark. I think it's important to note the city is trying to secure the possibility of continuing to use that space if we see another big surge of people who require it. I am very supportive of that, just as I was supportive of using 250 Lanark as temporary shelter. But as of, I believe, August the 19th, it is no longer being used for temporary accommodation. In the newsletter, I have a call for concepts for the Westboro Beach underpass. We're looking to get another mural painted under there. See the details of how to make a proposal to myself and to the NCC. There will be a jury that will take a look at the submissions. All the information is in the newsletter. The Committee of Adjustment is meeting on September the 3rd. A couple of properties in Kitchissippi on the agenda. At 256 Northwestern, the owners are seeking permission to subdivide the property into two separate parcels for each half of the semi that is now under construction, and they're looking for a variance for the lot width as a consequence. And at 5 La Douceur, the owner is seeking permission for a reduced interior side yard setback to construct a detached garage. I put up my updated housing tracker numbers. The CMHC came out with its numbers while I was on vacation. You can take a look. Some really strong numbers for the month of June. We are starting to see, I think, a bit of recovery in the construction industry in terms of getting units built. There are a number of good signs in the numbers with respect to the number of units under construction that were completed and that were started. There is going to be a hazardous household waste depot at Tunney's Pasture on September the 7th. That will be run as it always is. It will run from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Follow the signage in order to drop your household hazardous waste off on September the 7th at Tunney's Pasture. In the community, Whispers, there will be an auction of the Whispers memorabilia. The Westboro Region Food Bank is hosting a community lunch and auction of Whispers Pub memorabilia as a fundraiser on September the 20th. I have a link to more information on that in the newsletter. Movie in the Village, sponsored by the Westboro Village BIA, is coming up with its last movie night on September the 5th. They're going to be showing Adventures in Babysitting. That will be at the Capitol Pop-Up Cinema that's held sort of at the corner of Churchill and Richmond in the parking lot of the Churchill Senior Center. There's going to be a Flowers for Food food bank fundraiser. The Westboro Community Association, Westboro Region Food Bank, and Samurai Ikebana Studio have teamed up to offer an Ikebana Japanese floral workshop. That's going to be held on Saturday, September the 27th from 10 until 2 p.m. at the Westboro Legion. There is a suggested Goodwill donation of $20. Ecology Ottawa has opened up applications for its Eco Youth Council. The Eco Youth program responds to growing eco-anxiety among young people and highlights the power of environmental action. Through the council, school presentations, and the Youth Summit, youth participate in practical environmental solutions and more. I have information about how, if you are a youth who wants to participate in that, you can apply to join. It is a new school year. I know the kids in the French system French systems are back, and the OCDSB will go back next week. There is a call in the newsletter to please consider becoming a crossing guard. There is a real shortage of those every year right across the city. It makes a big difference in the community when every intersection that warrants a crossing guard has one. There's information about how to apply in the newsletter. Girls hockey is returning to Tom Brown Arena this fall. Be on the lookout for the smiling faces of girl hockey players coming and going from the Tom Brown Arena. The Ottawa Girls Hockey Association plays out of Tom Brown as one of their home arenas. Registration is now open for girls aged 4 to 17. I have a link in the newsletter about how to join that girls hockey program. Abbey Field fundraiser walk is on September the 20th. This is a big fundraiser walk for them. They need a couple of tens of thousands of dollars to continue operating the Abbey Field House, that delightful co-living almost arrangement that is at the corner of Parkdale and Wellington. I have information about how to take part in the September 20th fundraising walk in the newsletter, or please consider a charitable donation as well. City Hall is gearing right back up now that the summer break is over. The Finance and Services Committee has got a big meeting coming up on September the 2nd. Pretty meaty agenda. The headline item is going to be the Budget Directions Report. This is the report in which Council gives its directions to city staff for how to craft the city budget. Year after year, we give city staff a tax cap towards which we would like them to work, and give them various other directions with respect to the budget as well. This year, the mayor, who is suggesting or asking council and asking staff to keep a tax increase to 3.75%. There are fare hikes between 2.5 to 7.5% recommended, and a number of other increases in various other parts of the budget. I expect that, like I think I've done every single year since being elected, I will vote against the recommendations of this report. It is critical in my mind, especially as we see city services diminish, that we not put a cap on the budget until we know what it's going to cost to provide residents with the service that they deserve and expect. At the meeting, we're also going to be considering the Q2 status update on the city finances, an affordable housing tax subclass, community improvement grants for affordable housing for a variety of locations across the city. We'll also get an in-camera briefing on the city's cybersecurity. You can read all of the documents associated with those items and more at the city's committee agenda webpage, to which I provided a link in the newsletter. The Planning and Housing Committee is going to meet the following day on September the 3rd. In our ward, the proposal for 1657 Carling and 366 Tilbury will be on the docket for consideration for approval. Staff have recommended that that be approved. This was a very quick one through the process, which is something that other levels of government and builders and many residents have been demanding of us, which is to try to get the development approval process to work more quickly. I anticipate that I will be supporting the approval of that development. It is in every way that I can tell substantively compliant with the official plan that we have for the city. There are still some outstanding issues with respect to entry and egress that I will need to take a look at. I have become more satisfied that it is very unlikely that there will be cut through on that lot with the two entries and egresses, but that really is a site plan issue to look at. We're also going to be taking a look at rezonings at 1174 Carp Road, 484 Hazeldean. I don't expect those to be controversial. There's an interesting one at 282 Baribeau in Vanier. That one has created some legal complexity. I'm sorry, there's a wasp flying around me right now. And there was a change to the proposed development at 25 Pickering Place that will protect Via Rail from noise complaints from that development if and when it moves forward. We'll also receive a status update on the comprehensive zoning bylaw. That has a couple of changes from the second draft to the third draft. The key one that I think most people are focused on is in our lowest density zones, from the second draft to the third draft, the height limit for the suburban low density zones was increased to 3 stories. In the, not increased, but reflects the existing permission of 3 stories. In the third draft, that is now proposed to apply citywide. That's a change that I think most councillors support. There are some other changes as well. And then the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee is going to meet on September the 4th. It looks like a fairly workaday agenda with a variety of rezonings and drain-related administration. There is a report that stems from the controversy over our recent acquisition of a property on Ferry Road for environmental stewardship. There is a new acquisitions framework that is being proposed. I've taken a quick scan of that. On the face of it, it looks pretty straightforward, pretty motherhood, but I'll take another look before that gets to council. And there is also a report on the warrant framework for traffic signals and all-way traffic control in the rural context. I haven't had a chance to take a look at that one, but I certainly will before it reaches council. Kitchissippi, I'm sure I've missed a couple of items. It was a very full inbox when I got back. It'll take me a while to work through it. Thank you for your patience, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.